Listen to me. Most people don't have a talent problem. They have a distraction problem. They don't need another motivational video. They don't need another perfect plan. They don't need another Monday to start over. What they need is 6 months. 6 months of silence. 6 months of discipline. 6 months of doing the work when nobody is watching. Because the truth is, everybody wants to be respected, but very few people are willing to become respectable. Everybody wants the results. Nobody wants the sacrifice. You say you want success. Then why are you spending hours every day watching other people live the life you want? You say you want to change. Then why do you keep protecting the habits that are keeping you the same? Look at your life. Not your intentions. Not your excuses. Your life. Because your results are telling the truth even when your words are lying. And maybe that's hard to hear. But sometimes the truth is exactly what you need. For the next 6 months, stop announcing your goals. Stop explaining yourself. Stop looking for approval from people who haven't built anything themselves. Go quiet. Let them wonder where you went. Let them think you've disappeared. While they're talking, you work. While they're scrolling, you study. While they're sleeping, you prepare. While they're making excuses, you build. Day after day. Week after week. Month after month. Not because it's easy. Because it's necessary. The world only sees the victory. Nobody sees the mornings when you wanted to quit. Nobody sees the nights when you doubted yourself. Nobody sees the battles inside your mind. But those battles are where champions are created. That's where confidence comes from. Confidence is not talking. Confidence is evidence. It's keeping promises to yourself so many times that eventually your mind has no choice but to believe you. And understand this. The goal isn't to impress people. The goal is to become the person you were meant to be. The strongest move you can make right now is not revenge. It's growth. Not proving them wrong. Proving yourself right. Because one day you'll walk into a room and people will notice something different. Not because you told them. Because your discipline introduced itself before you ever opened your mouth. That's the power of 6 months. 6 months can change your body. 6 months can change your finances. 6 months can change your mindset. 6 months can change your future. But only if you stop negotiating with your excuses. The life you want is waiting on the other side of the work you're avoiding. So disappear. Not forever. Just long enough to become unrecognizable. Then come back stronger. Come back wiser. Come back disciplined. And shock everyone. Most importantly, shock yourself. There is a version of you that exists only in your imagination. A version that wakes up early. A version that keeps promises. A version that finishes what they start. The question is not whether that person exists. The question is whether you're willing to become them. Because becoming someone new requires letting someone go. The lazy version. The distracted version. The version addicted to comfort. You cannot carry both. Every level of life demands a different version of you. The habits that got you here won't get you there. The mindset that created your problems cannot solve them. Something has to change. And that something is you. Stop looking for a breakthrough. Start becoming the person who creates breakthroughs. Stop waiting for confidence. Start earning confidence. Through action. The mirror doesn't lie. Your bank account doesn't lie. Your results don't lie. Your habits are telling your story. If you want a different story, change the habits. Change the standards. Change the way you spend your days. Because your days become your years. And your years become your life. One day you'll wake up and realize something terrifying. You became what you repeatedly did. Not what you wished. Not what you planned. What you repeatedly did. That's why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Discipline carries you through the storms. Discipline keeps moving when emotions disappear. Discipline wins the war. And life is a war. A war against distraction. A war against excuses. A war against the weaker version of yourself. Fight it. Every single day. The hardest battle you'll ever fight will never happen in public. Nobody will see it. Nobody will applaud it. Nobody will even know it's happening. Because the greatest battle of your life happens inside your mind. Every single day. A voice tells you to wait. A voice tells you to quit. A voice tells you you're not ready. And if you're not careful, that voice will steal years from your life. Not days. Not weeks. Years. Years of potential. Years of opportunities. Years of becoming the person you were meant to be. Most people don't lose because they're weak. They lose because they listen to the wrong voice. The voice of fear. The voice of comfort. The voice of doubt. The voice that wants safety more than growth. And here's the dangerous part. That voice sounds reasonable. It sounds logical. It sounds convincing. It says, start tomorrow. It says, wait until you're ready. It says, take it easy today. One excuse sounds harmless. One delay seems small. One lazy day feels insignificant. But small decisions become big consequences. The life you're living right now was built by small decisions. The life you'll live 5 years from now will also be built by small decisions. That's why every choice matters. Every morning matters. Every hour matters. Every habit matters. Because habits don't just create results. Habits create identity. You don't become confident by thinking about confidence. You become confident by keeping promises to yourself. You don't become disciplined by reading about discipline. You become disciplined by doing difficult things consistently. You don't become strong by wishing for strength. You become strong by surviving resistance. That's how it works. The problem is, most people are addicted to comfort. Comfort feels good today, but destroys tomorrow. Comfort says stay in bed. Comfort says skip the workout. Comfort says avoid the difficult conversation. Comfort always has a price. And the price is usually your future. The greatest thief in the world is not failure. It's comfort. Because failure teaches lessons. Comfort teaches nothing. Failure can make you stronger. Comfort only makes you weaker. Think about every great achievement in history. Every successful person. Every extraordinary life. None of them were built through comfort. Every one of them required sacrifice. Every one of them required discipline. Every one of them required struggle. Because struggle is the price of growth. The person you're trying to become exists on the other side of struggle. Not around it. Not beneath it. Not above it. Through it. That's why you must stop running from hard things. Hard things are not the enemy. Hard things are the path. The workout you avoid. The book you don't read. The opportunity you're afraid to take. Those things contain your growth. The life you want is hidden inside the things you're avoiding. Read that again. The life you want is hidden inside the things you're avoiding. Most people spend years looking for secrets. Looking for shortcuts. Looking for easier paths. There aren't any. The truth is simple. Simple doesn't mean easy. Wake up. Do the work. Stay consistent. Repeat. Again and again. 4 weeks. 4 months. 4 years. That's how greatness is built. Not through intensity. Through consistency. Anyone can work hard for 1 day. Anyone can stay motivated for 1 week. Very few can stay committed for years. That's why very few achieve greatness. And that's exactly why your next 6 months matter. Not because 6 months changes everything overnight. Because 6 months can prove something important. That you can trust yourself. That you can finish what you start. That you can stay committed when motivation disappears. That you can become stronger than your excuses. And once you prove that to yourself, everything changes. Because real confidence isn't loud. Real confidence isn't arrogance. Real confidence isn't showing off. Real confidence is self-trust. Knowing you'll do what needs to be done. Knowing you'll keep going when things get difficult. Knowing you won't abandon yourself. That's power. The kind of power nobody can take away. The kind of power money can't buy. The kind of power that changes lives. So when the voice of doubt speaks, don't argue with it. Take action. When fear appears, take action. When uncertainty appears, take action. Because action destroys doubt. Action destroys fear. Action destroys excuses. The person you want to become is waiting. Not next year. Not someday. Right now. Waiting for you to make a decision. Waiting for you to stop hesitating. Waiting for you to finally take control. The battle has already started. Now win it. One day. Sooner than you think. You'll wake up and realize something. Time never stopped for you. It never cared about your excuses. It never cared about your fears. It never cared about your plans. It just kept moving. Every sunrise. Every sunset. Every week. Every month. The clock kept ticking. And while you were waiting for the perfect moment, life was waiting for you to make a decision. That's the truth most people avoid. They think they have time. They think they'll start next month. They think they'll get serious next year. Then one day they look in the mirror. And years are gone. Opportunities are gone. Energy is gone. Possibilities are gone. Not because they failed. Because they waited. Never underestimate the cost of waiting. Never underestimate the cost of hesitation. Never underestimate the cost of another excuse. The price is always higher than you think. Every day you delay your growth, someone else is improving. Someone else is learning. Someone else is becoming stronger. While you remain the same. And staying the same is dangerous. Because life doesn't reward potential. Life rewards execution. The world is full of talented people. The world is full of intelligent people. The world is full of people with great ideas. But ideas don't change lives. Action does. That's why your future will not be determined by what you know. It will be determined by what you do. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Dreams are not power. Goals are not power. Potential is not power. Execution is power. Every successful person eventually understands this. They stop talking. They stop announcing. They stop seeking approval. And they start building. Quietly. Patiently. Relentlessly. Day after day. Week after week. Month after month. Until one day, the results become impossible to ignore. That's when people call it luck. But you know better. You know about the mornings nobody saw. You know about the sacrifices nobody noticed. You know about the days you wanted to quit. You know what it cost. And that's why the victory means something. Because earned success feels different. Earned confidence feels different. Earned respect feels different. Nobody can take it away. Not criticism. Not failure. Not doubt. Because you built it yourself. Brick by brick. Day by day. Decision by decision. That's what these 6 months are really about. Not money. Not status. Not proving people wrong. They're about proving something to yourself. That you can trust yourself. That you can lead yourself. That you can become the person you've always imagined. Because at the end of the day, the most important opinion in your life is your own. Not strangers. Not critics. Not doubters. You. The person staring back at you in the mirror. That's the person you have to live with. That's the person who knows the truth. That's the person who knows whether you gave everything you had. So make a decision today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when motivation returns. Today. Draw a line in the sand. Leave the excuses behind. Leave the old version of yourself behind. And commit. Commit to growth. Commit to discipline. Commit to becoming someone stronger. The next 6 months will pass anyway. The question is simple. Will they pass with progress? Or with regret? Will you become stronger? Or remain the same? Will you build your future? Or continue postponing it? The choice has always been yours. And it still is. So disappear. Go to work. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Let people doubt you. Let people misunderstand you. Let people underestimate you. None of that matters. Because while they're watching others, you'll be building yourself. And 6 months from now, when the results finally appear, when the confidence finally arrives, when the transformation becomes visible, people will ask what happened. Tell them nothing. Just smile. Because you'll know the truth. You stopped talking. You stopped waiting. You stopped making excuses. And you finally became the person you were meant to be. Now go. Your 6 months start today.